Hi, this is Miss Cindy, and today I'm going to do probably my last large canvas. This is a 24 by 30. This will be the third time I've done it, and will probably be the last time I will do this for two reasons. One is I find this canvas is too hard for me to work with. Um, it's just so big, and it's very hard to tilt and try to keep the pattern that I want. It's real messy. Like I said, I've done this twice before, and I've gotten paint in my hair, on my neck, underneath the gloves. I got the results that I wanted, but it was stressful because I was doing it for somebody else. So I've done two. They have filled two walls with those paintings, and they wanted another one in a different design after I told them I wasn't doing it again. So today I'm going to do my last large one like this because I'm going to use a comb for my design, so I don't have to particularly get that tilt and hold the pattern from the tilt. It just needs a tilted background and the colors that they want. And then I would use the comb to go ahead and do my design. And like I said, the second reason why I won't do this is because the first two came out awesome, and they're not hanging in my living room. I gave them away. So it's just going to be, all I want is black and white. So I mixed this time, because this is such a large canvas, I want to make sure it gets covered. I usually do 1 part Floetrol, 1 part acrylic paint. This time I did 2 parts Floetrol and 1 acrylic paint. So it's pretty thin. You can see it's pretty thin. I'm using white, black, and just a touch of metallic silver. The other helpful hint when you're laying out your colors is try to get an idea of how the colors are going to blend once you do tilt. Because, you know, if you do 2 black and white, they do turn gray, or the black can overpower the white. So you have to be careful. The amount of paint you use and the colors that you use does make a difference on how it comes out. So I am going to use my mixture of Floetrol and white acrylic paint, and I'm going to go ahead and coat the base so that it'll flow. And then I will come back, I'll do the pour, I will put the paint on, and then I will do the tilt. You will not see the tilt because this is not a comedy. I'm very serious about this, but I struggle with this tilt. So once I get it tilted and it on, then I'll let you see it. Okay, so I have my base on, as you can see. Now I'm going to, I'm just going to layer my colors. And I'm going to use almost 4 cups of paint for this. Like I said, I just wanted to spread. I'm not looking for a particular design at this point. I'm hoping this is enough to cover it evenly. I've used 3 cups, wasn't enough, and then I used the 4 cups, and that did work. So all I'm going to do is layer it. When you're pouring, this is called like a dirty pour. When you're pouring like this, it's nice to have a measuring cup that has a spout on it, but the measuring cups I have are only 2 cups, and I didn't want to do 2 cups and come back and do 2 more cups. So I'm just going to use this. I'm not going to use a strainer or colander. I'm just going to go straight to pouring it, but I am going to layer the colors. Using the metallics always gives it a nice shine when it dries. There's something about that metallic that I just love. I'm almost done. And I don't think I'm going to make quite, I was trying to eyeball this. I'm going to end up maybe with about 3 cups of paint. And then I just got to hope that I can tilt it. I laid on my foundation pretty thick. Once again, this is not about me holding a pattern. This is about me just getting the canvas covered. And I have some extra paint here if I need to add more, if I see it's not going the way I want it to go. So that makes a difference too, to be prepared. Okay, I'm going to try to give you a shot. I don't know if you could see it. I don't want to drip anything on there yet. But this is what it looks like when you layer paint in a cup. Okay? There's certain ways you can put it in. You can just dump it in, you mix it up, you could layer it. I hope you could see that, but okay. So all I'm going to do now is just take my time. Okay. I can see now that I don't have enough white, because we don't want this to be gray. We're really looking for this to be black and white with a hint of silver. Oh yeah, as you can see, this is going to be messy. There's a lot of paint, but it's okay. I rather, when I'm working something this big, I'd rather have too much paint than not enough paint. That has happened to me before and I had to do it over, so I'd rather have it messy and a whole lot of paint than not enough. Okay, so once again, I'm not worried about keeping a specific design, even though naturally, because I'm not worried about keeping the design, this came out pretty good, but that's how it works. Okay, and this just shows you what it looks like going on. I've already poured it. So now you're going to have to excuse me because I'm going to struggle tilting this, and then I'll come back. Okay, I just tilted this. That's going to be my background. And now I'm just going to take my brush, go through the sides, and touch those up. And then I'm going to start using the comb technique. I used enough paint. So I say I used about 3 cups of paint, and that was enough paint to do this comfortably. I have a whole lot. I missed some spots, but it's okay. I'm just going to pat them down, but I do have enough paint under here to pat them down. this is gonna take me a minute. This is a very huge canvas. Um, naturally, when I didn't show you the tilt, this was about the best tilt I had. Still got paint all over the place, but I guess because I've done it before, it didn't kill me like it did the first time. Okay. Also, when you're doing it for somebody else, it's got to be done right. There's no experimenting when you're doing it for somebody else. Okay, I think one more spot. Okay. So here's your stick. You want to catch your drips? Wipe off your drips. I know I'm going to have to do this a couple of times for the amount of paint that I used. And then comes the fun part. Okay. So I found this is the best comb to use. I'm pretty sure you can use the handle too. First time I did it, I used the handle. It worked, but this, I can put some pressure on it and still control what I want to do. So all I'm going to do is take it from one edge and just come across. Okay? I'm just going to show you. This is what it looks like when you just take the edge and come across. So now I'm going to just go through the whole canvas and just sweep through until I get the design that I want. Make sure after each sweep, you wipe off your comb. I don't think you have to, but I do. I'm just using black and white, but if you're using different colors, then you want to make sure they don't blend differently. You don't have to push too hard. You're just taking the design wherever you want it to go. You also don't want to push too hard because you don't want the paint to separate and then not come back together. Okay, so uh, I sometimes do that where where I leave something open, something solid. So, and I have a solid spot right here. So, okay. The other thing I do, I don't know, sometimes it holds, sometimes it doesn't hold, is since when you do this acrylic pour and you have it running down the sides, you also like the sides to pick up the pattern. So I usually, once I did it and it worked, and once I did it and it didn't work because the paint actually, as it was dripping, it covered up the design. But I'm fascinated with acrylic pours because I like the way that the painting goes to the side. So I'm just gonna go use my comb and try to go through the sides with the same swirly design. It may or may not hold. Once it drips a little bit more and it dries, I may try it again. But for the most part, I'm gonna show it to you. But this came out just the way I wanted it. So all I'm doing is taking my comb and not hard, just gently giving a swirl design on the sides. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. So that is the comb pour. I think it's going to hold the design. Okay, just take you through it. I would say this is the easiest acrylic pour that has such a pretty dramatic effect. This is pretty easy. Naturally, when it comes to me, I would be trying to get something in the background and still doing the comb. But this comes out pretty good. And if you use the right colors, oh my God, it's gorgeous. So this is just showing you the comb pour. And I tried to get some on the sides. But they may, as it's still dripping, they may get covered up. So, there's your basic comb pour. Have a great day.